I was up at 6 o'clock this morning, 6 degrees. Okay, 6 degrees, that was cold. I wasn't expecting that when I went to feed the squirrels and the birds. That's 42 Fahrenheit. And now it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it is 13 degrees, 58 Fahrenheit. So it's a lovely day, clear blue sky, a little bit of a breeze, sunshine, wonderful, but not very warm. 72% humidity, 1009 millibars. I've been sweeping up leaves this morning out of the garden, and I'll tell you what I really miss about autumn, about the fall. Bonfires. People used to light bonfires and burn the leaves. I don't know what they do with them now. I think they put them in the dustbin or chuck them over a neighbour's fence. I don't know. But it was lovely. In the autumn, you get a nice day, and also early winter, a crisp day, and you've got bonfire smoke, if there's no wind, drifting up into the air, lovely aroma. It really is a autumnal or wintry type smell, the bonfires going. I don't think we're allowed, that's another bit of fun that's gone. Every week now it seems I'm mentioning something that was fun in the old days, and we're not allowed to do it now. We're not allowed to have fun. But that I really do miss in the autumn. Right, nice to hear from you, Rob. Do you remember fax machines? I do. I had a fax machine. They were fantastic, weren't they? When they first came out, they were a really nice bit of kit. But as you say, Rob, where has telephone technology got us? In the good old days, as you say here, we just phoned people and they phoned us. I remember that. We didn't carry phones with us 24/7. And very few people had answering machines. Now, do you know, I remember my first answering machine. When was that? When did they first come out? I know I had one, a BT, or a British Telecom one. That was, I don't know, that was the 90s. Anyway, yeah, good stuff, Rob. Who remembers party lines? Do you remember that? I think that was only in the UK. Party lines. Basically, you share a phone line with a neighbour. And what happens is, if they're using the phone, you pick yours up, you don't know they're on the phone, and they're having a chat, and you say, oh, sorry, I'll try later. But of course, some people, and I do know my brother-in-law, his parents had a party line when he lived at home with someone. They didn't know who this person was or where they lived. It wasn't an immediate neighbour. And there was always trouble. I'm using the phone, get off. We want to use the phone. You've been on there for 10 minutes. I'm allowed to go on here as long as I like. Because all this sort of thing went on. I don't know why we had party lines. There obviously weren't enough phone lines. People are putting up Christmas tree lights and goodness knows what. Daughter number one, she's done her hubby. They've done their Christmas village, with the cotton wool snow and all that. That's done. It's only, what is the date? 7th of November. Stone their crows. 7th of November. People have got trees up. I've seen trees in people's windows, lights flashing on them. It's a bit early, don't you think? Is it a bit early? When do you put your deckies up? Raise rants at protonmail.com. Be great to hear from you. Beautiful sky. Sunshine. Absolutely wonderful out there at the moment. Sanjay, nice to hear from you. You want to know what it was like back in what I call the good old days. I'll have a rant about that this coming Sunday, I think. Several of you have commented saying that, chatting about the traffic these days is all very well, but they want to hear about the old days. Well, I go on about the traffic because I'm comparing kind of now and back then in the early days when there was no traffic. We went up to Haywards Heath this morning, take the grandson to school. He's been with us for a week, the 8-year-old grandson. Took him up to Haywards Heath. Left here at 7 o'clock this morning. Honestly, traffic, roadworks. I won't bore you with that again. Absolute nightmare. I don't know. I don't know why they have to live up in Haywards Heath. Why can't they live down here, near us? It would make life a lot easier. But this coming Sunday, if you have any thoughts, raise rants at protonmail.com. I'm going to have a good old chat about the old days, all sorts of things. What we had for dinner, what we did at school, gardens, houses, decorating. Do you remember in the very old days, people used to paint their ceilings, not with emulsion, none of this vinyl silk or matte emulsion. What was it called? Distemper. Sounds like a disease. Well, it is, isn't it? I think it's a medical condition. Distemper. And the walls in the houses, I'm going back now to the 20s, not when I was around, but a lot of them, carried on. What was it? One of our houses we bought had green and brown walls. Dark green and dark brown. I think that's the only paint they had. And it was dull and gloomy. Really bad. It was like night time all day long. It's like night time in the hallway. Do you remember that? Distemper, the green and gloss wall. It was a gloss paint they'd put on the walls. Green above the dado rail. Do you remember dado rails? And the dark brown below it. And the gas lamps, those were the days. No, those too far back. Those days are too far back. I'm not going back then. I like the 50s. Right, bored you enough? Email me if you have any thoughts about Sunday. Behave yourselves and don't do anything I wouldn't do. Bye-bye for now. Take care.